Oh, why hello there. Funny seeing you here of all places. Well, in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to shoot a video virtual tour. When you move from point to point, it's video instead of photo. And the best part is it's completely free and you can use any 360 camera. So why might you want to do this? Well, the beauty of video is you can capture atmosphere, you can hear all the sounds, you can see the movement in your entire environment, especially in a place like this where you have tourists everywhere, you have details like people washing windows, as opposed to a photo that just captures a snapshot. A video captures an entire atmosphere of a location that moves. Got my kit bag here, so let's begin our video virtual tour of the Sydney Opera House. I'm going to shoot at 5 different points around the building, and we're going to turn that into a video virtual tour later on using this amazing free software. Okay, so now I have my 5 videos stitched, color corrected, and ready to go. So no matter which camera you have, you'll want to make sure you stitch and have your equi-rectangular videos ready to go. And the awesome free software I talked about before is called Veer Experience from our friends at Veer. So you want to head over to www.veer.tv and create a free account. It won't take long. Once you've done that, hit the upload button. And what we're going to do is press create interactive experience. This is essentially the virtual tour software of Veer. Firstly, I'm going to enter some details of my tour. You can add a description, tags, and you can upload a custom thumbnail, both a regular thumbnail and a 360 thumbnail. I'm going to use a tiny planet for this one. Now it's time to upload our footage, and Veer currently accepts 4K footage, so if you shoot any higher, like I did, I shot at 5.2K on the Fusion, it will down-res it to 4K for now. I know they are going to up the resolution in the future, but for now it's 4K, which is what most 360 cameras shoot. And our upload begins. Time for a quick Instagram break. And we're back. Our 5 videos have uploaded to Veer and we're ready to start editing. One thing to note is that at first the quality won't quite be as good as it should be. This is because 360 files are big and they just take time, so the quality will improve if you give it an hour or so. But it doesn't matter for now because in the meantime we can start editing. Up the top is our timeline and you simply just click and drag to reorder. So I've got them in order here that I shot them. First things first, we want to set our initial viewpoint, and with all 5 videos I want to start on the Sydney Opera House because that's the theme of this video. So I'm going to hit the set button there. And one more time and we are done. That will be our very first frame. Each of these clips is 60 seconds, and next we need to tell Veer exactly what to do when the viewer reaches the end of your clip. Do you want it to jump to another clip, or do you want it to restart? This is where we hit the pen icon there, and under when ends, I'm going to go replay this scene because I want all of these to loop continuously. In this menu, you can also give each clip a name, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Bottom of the steps. Next, let's deal with sound, and with Veer Experience you can use spatial audio or just normal audio. In this scene, because it was a really windy day when I shot, the sound was meh. So I've decided to add some ambient background music instead. And there's 2 ways to add music depending on exactly where you want it to show up. The first way to do it is if you want specific sound within specific shots, you hit the sound button there, and we now have a sound icon that we can drag around our entire 360 video, and we can attach a soundtrack to it. Here's a royalty-free track I found online, and you have the option to spatialize, autoplay, and loop that track. With this video, however, I'd rather my music track stay playing consistently throughout the entire video and not be interrupted when viewers move from shot to shot. Therefore, instead, up the top right, I'm going to add background music. The next and probably most important feature are hotspots, which is going to allow viewers to navigate from point to point, and you add a hotspot by hitting hotspot right there on the left hand side. And firstly, you want to place it in the correct spot in your environment. So my second point is up here, that's the top of the steps, and I'm going to link to top of the steps there. You can choose your icon. You can also add your own customized icon. So if you wanted to put a logo or some other kind of picture on your hotspots, you can do that. That looks cool, but for this example, I'm going to go with this icon here. You can also give it a label if you like. Top of the steps. By the way, at any point, you can hit the preview button up the top to see exactly what your tour looks like. If you want to see how a feature looks just after you add it, you can do that. And there we go, both the music and the hotspot worked. So now you want to go through all of your videos one by one and add in the hotspots. They'll link them all up. You don't want to overcrowd your videos. I would say 2 to 3 max just to keep things simple. So I'm going to go ahead and add them right now. Okay, hotspots are done. The next thing you may want to add are something we call cards. And with cards, you can add photos or links that link to other websites. So say if I wanted to add the Sydney Opera House website, I could do that on every one of these shots so people can navigate to the Sydney Opera House's website, say if they were my client. Cards also allow you to add text within the image. So if you want to add labels to your virtual tour, this is a good way of doing it. With hotspots, sound, and cards, you can customize the time that these appear. So if you only wanted this information to show up, say 45 seconds in, you can do that. The final things to point out in the editor are up the top right, we have display scene list and enable timeline in preview. This means you can choose whether you have a list of your scenes right here in the viewer, as well as your timeline so people can skip through. For me, immersive experiences have to be immersive, which means as little graphics as you can get away with. So I'm going to remove them. And I think we're done, so let's click done. Now we're going to hit publish up the top right, and our virtual tour is now online. From here, when we navigate to our tour, we now have the option to share and embed. So if we wanted to share this with someone, we just copy this link here and send it to them, and they can open it up like so and begin their 360 video virtual tour. If you want to embed this window on a website, just copy that embed code and put it into your website's code. And it gets even cooler. Not only can you view your virtual tours on mobile, on desktop, but Veer have their own Oculus Go app. Straight away under my uploads here, I can see it, and here I am in front of the Opera House. How cool is this? Wow. I'm gonna navigate over there. I can just use my pointer. And here we are. There's the harbor. There's the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And there I am hiding behind that sign. And I've got to say, this is a really cool immersive experience. I can't believe I did that in just minutes. It instantly uploaded to my Oculus Go through my Veer account on Oculus. So once you get the hang of it, this workflow is super fast. And if you think about it, this isn't just limited to virtual tours. There's so many things you could do with this. You could make a story in VR. You could make a 360 film where you're navigating from scene to scene, and every time you move, a new scene unfolds. Kind of like a choose your own adventure. There's so many cool things you could do with this medium. So it's going to be super interesting to see how this innovation changes the immersive medium as a whole and immersive storytelling. If you want to see my virtual tour of the Sydney Opera House, I'll put a link down in the description, so feel free to check it out. Also hit that subscribe button while you're down there and leave a like if you like this video. So now that you know how to make an immersive video virtual tour, what kind of content should you post? Well, I've got a little surprise for you. As you guys know, I have a video course. It's called A Beginner's Guide to 360 Video, and I'm offering episode 1 completely for free on my website that will teach you this. It's all about subject matter of 360 videos and how you can create the most engaging and interesting 360 videos that actually hold people's attention. This is so crucial because you can have all the technical skills about how to create professional 360 video, but if the content is boring, then people will click away. So head on over to my website and watch that episode for free, and if you like it, feel free to pick up the rest of the course. Until next time, be sure to capture your world in 360, get out there, shoot some video virtual tours, get a feel for the software. It's free, you've got no excuses now. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some other realities to visit. I'll see you next time.